Welcome, fight fans, to the Pugilist Place. I'm Lawrence Mejia. Today, our guest is Tito Gonzalez, undefeated Golden Boy prospect. Jousce, welcome and thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You will be headlining a Golden Boy Fight Night card in Indio, California, at Fantasy Springs Resort Casino on July 28th. Where were you when you found out the news, and what was your reaction?
I was actually at the gym. My reaction, obviously, I was excited, but more determined to make the most out of this opportunity and obviously put on a great show for the fans and for Golden Boy and get the knockout and make my my case to get on the fast track. I lost a lot of time because of COVID. So obviously it's going to be on DAZN. It's a big platform. Thursday night, no other, fights there, just the Golden Boy card, and I just have to make the most of it. And like I said, knockout comes, it comes, but based on my record, it just comes along sometimes,
Yeah, and we'll touch upon some of the things you mentioned there and what you just said later in the interview. But as you said, if the past is any indicator, a stoppage is likely.
Yeah.
Is this your first time headlining a Golden Boy card?
First public card, yes. I headlined a private show, the Sugar Ray Leonard Foundation. I headlined that show before. I don't really count that because it was a private show. There was like really no fans. It was just celebrities and stuff like that. So it was my first official card, yeah.
And you feel like you mentioned that you feel like you have a lot to prove because you want to be on that fast track to a world title shot. What's the added pressure of being the headliner?
I don't see no added pressure. If anything, I see it as motivation. Like I'm the main event. My name's gonna be the biggest name on there. I have to show something. I have to show why I'm the main event, and just like I said, make the most out of this opportunity.
And who delivers that news to you? Is it Roberto Diaz?
Yeah, it was Roberto Diaz. Let us know that we're gonna be fighting on July 28th at the Fantasy Springs, and next thing I know, I see one of my buddies sending me the news, or people were tagging me on Instagram, and then I seen my name on there, and I seen Golden Boy tag me, and it was Jousce Gonzalez, and then main event. I was like, let's go. I was excited for it.
The news travels quickly on social media.
It does.
Your record speaks for itself. So you have 12 wins, 11 of those wins coming by way of stoppage. Is that who you are, a heavy-handed KO artist?
I don't think so. I don't go looking for the knockout because you know what they say, when you do that, you get knocked out. I just see, I'm touching them up and I see their eyes, I see their faces, like, oh, like that hurt. And when you smell blood, you have to go for the kill. I don't necessarily go looking for it, but I just end up placing my shots really well and it just go down. I don't know how to explain it.
Going over your record, it kind of made me think of, or it reminded me, at least the beginning portion of it, Edward Berlanga, because your first 7 wins came by first round knockout. Yeah. When you were going through that streak, did you have your team and the matchmakers at Golden Boy scrambling to find somebody that could extend you?
Yeah. They would also tell me to slow it down, to go some rounds, because rounds are always good, especially when you're developing as a prospect, early in your career. Rounds are good because the pros are very different from the amateurs. So to get those rounds in, it's very important for your development as a fighter. So my dad would tell me, like, slow it down, like, practice your shots. But my mentality has always been, if you see you can get him out of there, get him out of there, because anything can happen in the sport. It's crazy, you can get cracked with the shot you don't see coming, and next thing you know, you're on the canvas. And that's why I've always told myself, if I see I can get him out of there, I'm getting him out of there in that second.
You're exactly right, because you could be dominating a whole fight, somebody catches you in the later rounds, and
boom. Yeah,
that's just the fight game. But conversely, if you're not getting those rounds in, you're not developing as a fighter. So it's kind of like a catch-22. Your last opponent, Yair Lopez, you hammered him from pillar to post throughout the complete 6 rounds that the fight lasted. You knocked him down twice. As a fighter, what goes through your mind as you're just lighting someone up and they keep coming toward you.
I actually think I knocked him down 3 times. And
Three times. Excuse me.
Yeah. That guy was tough. But I knew he was gonna be tough. I knew he fought heavy hitters before, and most recently, the most recent fight or heavy hitter that I saw that he fought was Marcelino Lopez, and Marcelino Lopez is a big dude. I mean, you've seen him; he's built like a tank. Um, and he took his shots and he fought back and he hit Marcelino with some shots too. So I was like, I know this guy is not gonna go anywhere. He's gonna get dropped, but most of the time he gets dropped because the shots hurt. Yeah, but so you can keep on surviving, so you can get that extra, rest time. And he comes back fighting. So I knew I dropped him in the second round, and I told myself, all right, this guy's not going anywhere yet. He's gonna keep on coming, and just pace myself, get these rounds in. And that's what I did, and then I'm getting routed in the sixth.
Right. And I was covering that fight, and you were just hammering him, and he was relentless. He was like the Undertaker. He kept coming back.
Yeah.
Kept fighting on. He actually got a lot of fans there to cheer for him just on sheer bravery. And you eventually got that stoppage, and you made a good account of yourself. You fight out of the lightweight division, and there's been a lot of movement in the lightweight division right now. Currently, Devin Haney has just become the undisputed champion at 135 pounds. For your money, who's the best lightweight fighter?
The best lightweight fighter in my eyes, it's Vasily Lomachenko still. I think he's still the best fighter at 135. Excuse me. He didn't look the same in the Teofimo fight. Maybe his shoulder was bugging him. You saw when he halfway through the fight, the second half of the fight, he started letting his hands go, as if he said, you know what, screw it. If my shoulder's messed up, it's messed up. I'm gonna go out fighting. And he started taking it to Teofimo and beating Teofimo up. So I do think, hey, maybe if his shoulder was okay, he probably would have won that fight. And you've seen him in his last 2 fights against Nakatani and Comey. He outclassed both those guys. And those guys are, they're not no pushovers. They're tough lightweights as well. And Devin Haney, he has a good jab, but I don't know, in my opinion, you can't be talking like a Mike Tyson and then going out there and fighting like a Mayweather, You can't be talking like you're this killer when you're not. I mean, you just say what it is. Say, hey, I'm going to go out there and I bet you can't hit me. I bet you I can stay away from you, and you can't hit me for the whole 12 rounds because you're not going to knock him out. So I'm still going to say, Lomachenko's the best fighter there, but he has his issues in Ukraine. Hopefully that all gets resolved soon and we start seeing them more in the mix.
The pundits are one thing, the pundits will say, oh, I think this is the best lightweight, whatever. But when the fighters talk, the professional boxers like yourself, a lot turn to Lomachenko. And I think it's because they see that skill set, and that skill set is special.
He's very talented. His footwork, his ring IQ, everything, he's sharp. He's still that guy. Devin Haney, I'm not taking anything away from him. He has a good jab, good footwork, good ring IQ. I don't think the power and the chin's there. Was another one, Gervonta Davis. I thought Rolly was winning that fight, in my opinion. I had Rolly winning the fight and just got caught. I mean, it's a sport. But definitely top 2 right now would probably be Lomachenko and Devin Haney.
It'll be interesting to see those top fighters fight each other, and hopefully they do sooner than later, and it all play out. And as you continue to merge too, you throw your hat in the ring and get in the mix as well.
I would love to fight any of them. I've always said I'll earn those big paydays. I don't want to be given anything. I want to go out there and earn it because it feels that much better. But I want to earn those fights, and I'll give them my all.
You famously come from a fighting family. Your brother Joed is a 2-time world title challenger. Jahira, your sister, is an elite level fighter. Your dad, Jose, is the architect of it all. Who's the top dog in your family fighter wise?
That's we don't like to say, oh, I'm better than you, I'm or none of that. We always say we'll let the resume speak for themselves, but we encourage each other, and we're there for each other no matter what. We support each other through the good and the bad. We're we're all there for each other no matter what, and we don't like to say, "Well, I'm better than you." I mean, sometimes I like to, if I beat him in a workout, I beat him in a run or whatever it is, uh, I'll let them hear it. But in terms of boxing and fighting wise, we don't like to be like, "Oh, I'm better than you." None of that.
Yeah, you guys are all very supportive, and it's really nice to see. You know, if Joette's fighting, you're all there sporting the warm ups and there for
Yeah.
for the weigh-ins. It's really great to see. Joette has a big fight coming up in later next month against former world champion Isaac Dogbe. Just real quickly, what can you tell us about what's going on in his training camp and his training for his upcoming fight?
Dred's looking solid. He's looking solid. He's feeling solid. I expect a mid to late round stoppage. I feel like Dred's too big, too strong for Dogbo. Dogbo is a little guy. He should be fighting 118, 122 at most. I feel like Dred's a big, strong featherweight, and I don't think that's I don't think that's looked at as much as it should be. Like, people see his record, but they don't realize what the second half of the record is. You know how many knockouts he actually has. I mean, when have you ever seen Emmanuel Navarrete fight backwards? Only with Joy. He says something. Dred's, he's strong. But like I said, I expect a mid to late round stoppage. He's looking solid, feeling solid, and that's what I expect fight night.
And even in that loss, Joette earned a lot of fans because, as you mentioned, he pushed Navarrete quite a bit, and it was the fans won in that fight. Excuse me, a great deal. It was an exciting fight. So your upcoming fight, you're fighting the Ecuadorian Jose Angulo. What can you tell us about him, and how do you match wits with him inside the ring?
I've only seen a couple highlights of him. I know he's a boxer. I know I'm probably gonna have to take it to him. He's not gonna come to me, especially after he feels my power and everything. So I know I'm gonna have to go looking for him. But eventually, I'll find him and I'll catch him, and I see myself getting the stoppage.
And I believe he hasn't been knocked down, so that will be an accomplishment for you to do that against him. Last question, Joette. July 28th, you're going to be performing on a big platform, the Zone. How do you capitalize on this huge opportunity?
Obviously the knockout. Everybody wants a knockout. If it comes, it comes. But I'm looking forward for a great night of boxing, seeing all the fans out there, and just making everybody, get their money's worth and, going for the knockout.
We'll definitely look forward to it. Jousce, where can fight fans follow you on social media?
They can follow me on Instagram at Jousce Gonzalez.
Thank you so much for being here and doing this, Jousce. We really appreciate it. We look forward to seeing you back on the ring on July 28th at Fantasy Springs. Take care.
Likewise. Thank you.